Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Hal New Line and Renny Harlin. I'm not going to blame this on him though, because apparently he didn't really get a script. The script was being written as it was being filmed. That's why he had to rely on visuals more. But this is how they could have killed the Dream Warriors off better, or kept them around, compared to what they did in Dream Master. So in Nightmare on Elm Street 4 Dream Master, they kill our Dream Warriors, Kristen, Joey, and Kincaid off in the first 20 to 25 minutes of the film. They don't give them as mentors or anything and kill them off at the end of the movie or the next film. They just kill them off at the beginning. We met them in the third film. Very charismatic. We spent a lot of time with Kristen, obviously. She's the main character in Nightmare 3. And we spent a lot of time with Kincaid. Joey, all we knew he was horny and he was mute for a long time until he went into the dream world and could scream and got his voice back. So, basically, we do like these characters. We feel connected to them. They kill him off and pretty. Now Joey's death, he was probably going to go out like that. You know, she sees a naked lady in his waterbed, and he's got the hots for her, so he's trying to get in and stuff. And then Freddy pops through. How's this for a wet dream? It feels like Joey's character. But Kristen's death and Kincaid's death does not feel like they'd fall for that. So, anyways, Freddy's resurrected in this film by Jason, Kincaid's dog, peeing on Freddy's grave from the third film, where Neil put the holy water on him and Freddy evaporated for that year or something. And Freddy's revived by the dog peeing fire and stuff. It's weird. You'd have to see it to believe it. Anyways, he comes back, stabs Kincaid, which is extremely sad because, like I said, Kincaid's my favorite character from this franchise. Besides Nancy, Kristen, Alice, and Freddy. He is up there. Besides them, he's up there as my favorite character. One of my favorites. I do not know if they killed them off early. I'll explain Kristen's death in a second. I don't know if they killed them off early because Patricia Arquette wasn't playing Kristen, because there's a bunch of different stories. That some say she asked for more money, others say she was pregnant at the time of the movie, or something like that. She deserves, which, she's valid for both ways. If you're pregnant, you shouldn't have to make a movie. And also, because New Line was rushed in this film. And also, if she wanted money, she did a great job in Dream Warriors. So, she deserved it if she wanted a better pay. So, basically, they kill her off, Kristen. She's the last one to get killed off after Joey. I think I already said that Joey's death felt very in character for him. Anyways, Kristen is killed because her mom put sleeping pills in her food, and she wakes up in this dream on a beach, and then Freddy comes out like a dang shark fin and explodes through the sand and comes out, puts sunglasses on, real cheesy looking, and then he takes her to the boiler room and throws her in, and her power goes to Alice. And the way they killed her feels so unlike Kristen from the third film. It is such a big tone shift how they treat her. The Kristen from Dream Warriors would not have died like that. Although thinking about it now, that's probably the most makes the most sense. It wasn't the same actors, so they thought people would notice, and we already noticed with with Tuesday Night playing Kristen for only 20 minutes. She doesn't do a bad job, but she feels nothing like the original character from the third film. So here's what they could have done. I've explained the deaths. I've explained what these characters meant. So now, basically their souls, I don't know if their souls became a part of Freddy. I have a headcanon that Nancy's soul didn't become a part of Freddy in the chest of souls because she beat him at one point or something. I don't know. It's something she got a good afterlife. I like to hope that. Same thing I hope for, although we do see Kristen and Kincaid all them on a theater shot, and Freddy brings her back to terrorize Rick, Alice's brother, who was dating Kristen when she died, so he's traumatized a little bit by. Anyways, also, Kristen's mother is low-key dumb. Your daughter has problems with sleep, and you put sleeping pills in her food without you basically drug her. Yeah, weird, right? So what they could have done, and what I wish they would have done, would have been kept them around as mentors. So picture this. Say in the final battle at that old church when Freddy's about to kill, Alice is fighting him. Maybe you kill one at the start of the movie. You kill Joey. keep Kincaid and Kristen around to the end, or even like help let them have a happy ending and stuff. What you could do is you could have Kristen help Alice fight Freddy, and maybe Kristen sacrificed herself for Alice to be able to use the Dream Master poem. That's still kind of confusing how she killed Freddy with the mirror reflection. So you could have done that. That would give her at least, that would have given her a full movie and a full other movie. And that would have been such a better end for Kristen. Not this early part of the film where she burns alive. Kristen Parker was one amazing character in the third film. And they kind of just they throw a lot of that stuff out the way in the fourth film. So, there's that. You could have saw Kincaid maybe sacrifice himself to save Kristen at the end of the movie, and then Kristen gets out of Springwood. She's she saw somebody she trusted, Nancy, and who knew what she was going through, get killed 2 years before this, and both her friends got killed. She gets out of Springwood. Happy ending for the character. You could do that. You could have her be a mentor, like how I said they could on Nancy. Have her be a mentor that comes back and mentors the teens as they go through dealing with Freddy. You could have done that. You could have had Kristen do the same thing. But I think New Line, this all comes down to New Line was trying to make a sequel fast. Dream Warriors really was something big, because unlike Freddy's Revenge that wasn't as successful, and didn't feel as much of a direct sequel to the original, the third film is basically the direct sequel to A Nightmare on Elm Street 1. Wes Craven is more involved with it. He didn't direct it, but he wrote the original script for it. I know it was revised by the new directors New Line brought on, but you have some more Wes Craven type things in the movie comparatively to other sequels. And there's the whole thing. He did kill Nancy off, so New Line couldn't use her in their sequels without his permission. He couldn't take his character and just use her for new sequel without him being involved in them, which I respect. It's his character, his creation. The whole franchise is his creation. Freddy's his character, Nancy's his character. All these characters were created by him. At least the first one. And which I'm pretty sure he also made Kristen. He's the one who wrote her too, because he wrote the base script of this out. So they kind of worked off that and revised it a little bit. So did some changes. So that's what you could have done. But the biggest thing is, once New Line struck gold with Dream Warriors, they realized Freddy was becoming an icon. They were looking to strike that fast, and they wanted to make that movie. They wanted to make Dream Master as fast as they could. There's even stories of the script wasn't even written yet during filming for Dream Master. So yeah, they didn't want to wait on Patricia Arquette to come back. So they're like, hey, let's just kill the Dream Warriors out and introduce some new characters. I love Alice. I think she's a great character, but I think it would have been so much more meaningful if she got the torch passed to her properly at the end of the film. Would have been a lot better. That would have been amazing. But we didn't get that, so that's fine. The movie's almost 40 years old, so it's not changing it, but it's kind of a cool theory to think about what would have happened to our favorite characters if they would have been written better and survived. Because the way they kill them off is so disrespectful to the third film. It kind of tarnishes that movie's legacy. Not really, because that's the best film in the franchise. That and the original tied. But, who knows? If we ever see a Legacy sequel, and they retcon 4 and up, and they bring Patricia Arquette back as Kristen, if she'd want to play her, we might see a great film. Because find somebody that does not try to replace Robert Englund. Maybe try to take some of his essence. But openly knows they're not going to be the best Freddy, because Robert's Freddy. Get Heather Langenkamp back. I guess you couldn't, because she died in the third one. Anyways, get Kristen back. You could do a great, plot with that. But, if they don't, I'm fine with that too. These movies are great, and they can never take away the classics. Even though some of these movies are bad, they're still enjoyable. They're all fun. Besides, the remake, every single movie has some fun about it. Even Freddy's Dead has just the absurdness of just the straight, the dumb plot designs, the bad acting, all of it. It's kind of a so bad it's good kind of thing. A little bit. It's a train wreck, absolute train wreck, but it's still enjoyable. So that's the video today. Thank you guys for watching. You guys take care. I love you. Stay blessed.